question. Chase has got the facts, talking NFL numbers. He's got your back. A little chart trend ball, man, he's got it like that. Chasing data by do champions. Chasing data applies to everyone. Chasing data, yeah, we're live today. Chasing data for always. Chasing data by do champions.
What's up, and welcome to the first off-season episode of Chasing Data. We are now finally entering season 2 of Chasing Data. Started around this time last season, and now we are back with our off-season power rankings. If you're not familiar with what we did last year, we started off with the worst team at number 32, as you can kind of see, kind of hinted there, based on where they're currently at, in my opinion, for the offseason with their power rankings. We go from 32 all the way up to 1 in the offseason, breaking down each team's depth chart, their additions, subtractions, strengths, weaknesses, cap situation, their schedule once we know it. What's the outlook look for them? How does it look for them going forward? And what do we expect from them? Best, worst, and most likely outcome for the 2026 season. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and run our ads, and we will get right into this.
For the best Italian food in Western New York, Elliot Apollo's, call 716-825-3675. The Lardon Construction Group.
Fubo TV, the official streaming service of Do Champions. FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Do Champions.
For all your summertime needs, beauty pools, as well as kayak pools.
CX Chronicles, your total customer solutions focused manager. W.GG, the official energy drink of Do Champions.
Hey, Sons of Erie, our artwork looks better on your walls. Hamburg Brewing, please visit our tap room on Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York. And finally,
Fat Boy Surf Club for all your surfing needs.
So, team number 32 is actually not... Let's see. Kind of surprised myself here. Where do we have it here? It is going to be, let me bring this up first. Let me bring up the overlay so you can kind of see what we got going on here. All right, so let's show this one, and we will go here. All right, so here's the team rankings as we go throughout the off season. We will go, where is it at? Is this, that's not what I need there. There it is. There we go. Nope, that's not it either. Come on, thing. Okay. Well, I thought we had it on here, but it's okay. So, starting at number 32. If you haven't guessed it already, New York Jets. New York Jets are the 32nd ranked team in the NFL. According to me, they really don't have anything going well for them. They have a lot of issues coming into this season. We know they're going to be terrible. Last year, they were 3-14, I believe. At 3-14, bring this up here. Yes, 3-14. They started the season 0-7, won 2 in a row, and then lost 2 in a row, won 1, and then lost the last 5. This team was absolutely terrible. I mean, they had nothing going for them the entire season. They currently are 30th in Super Bowl odds at plus 20,000. They are tied for 15th in the AFC at plus 15,000, and they're plus 1,800 to win the AFC East, third best. So not the best. We know the head coach is Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn was he fired the entire staff, and it really didn't matter. Even though he fired the staff, is he the problem? Still to be determined. Looking at this team, just like a quick overview of what they had going last year. If my page would load all my notes. So, as far as EPA per play, we're looking at the offense here. We know the offense was god awful. They were 29th in EPA per play, minus 0.20 per play. When you look at the pass, I mean, there was no highlights here. Everything that I'm running down is going to be terrible, and they lost a lot throughout the season, trading away their best players. They were 30th in the pass, EPA per pass. And then when you look at the rush, they were 30th in the run at minus 0.11 EPA per rushing attempt. Pass yards per game, absolutely terrible. They were dead last at 140.3 rush yards per game. I mean, this was just god-awful gameplay, offensive gameplay by this team. As we all know, no big surprises there, obviously. Looking at the defense, the defense was what Aaron Glenn was brought in to rectify, to make better, even though that did not really happen. As far as yards per game, you're looking at just basic stats. They were 24th in yards per game allowed. A lot of that a little bit skewed due to the fact that teams started to run the ball at the end of the game. So the numbers could have been even worse if the team played full games. As far as overall defense, they had the third to worst defense, positive 0.09 EPA allowed per play. The passing defense, worse than the NFL. The rushing defense, 22nd. Got a little bit of growth right there, but nothing great. Head coach is obviously still Aaron Glenn. I mean, this team is. Let's just get straight to the depth chart. Let's bring up the depth chart here. That's not them. Okay, New York Jets depth chart. Head coach Aaron Glenn. Frank Reich, offensive coordinator. Last time he was offensive coordinator was for the Carolina Panthers, and we know how terrible they were. It was not an offensive powerhouse in Carolina when Frank Reich got fired after he was 1-7, 1-8. He didn't even finish his first season, I believe. Defense coordinator Brian Duker. He gets brought in. Chris Banjo, special teams. We know this is Aaron Glenn's defense, but is that even a good thing or a bad thing? Stay tuned to find out. Not really sure as of right now in New York. So this team, I mean, it was, like I said, it was just bad all around. I already went through the rundown of the topical numbers for them. We know Justin Fields, he was more of a dual threat running quarterback. Slip up right there. Hi, Matthew. Dual threat quarterback, but was unable to push the ball down the field like they liked. We know he got injured. They brought in Brady Cook towards the end of the season. He didn't really show anything noteworthy for this offense. So, I mean, it just really was never great at any given point. So there's no additions. When you look at the roster right now, there's no additions. I mean, the offseason just started. We'll have more additions as the season goes on. But what I do with each one of these teams is do a mock draft for them. With this mock draft, I go through, they have the second overall pick. I mean, so this is just me I run through it by myself, let the computer do the rest. And what I have going here is they have the second overall pick. They're not taking a quarterback. I mean, Mendoza's probably going to go first. I have them taking Arvell Reese, pass rusher out of Ohio State. He's impressive height, weight, speed athlete. He's one of the youngest prospects in the class. I mean, they have so many holes on this team, but defensive line is one of the biggest ones. I mean, they do have they got rid of Quinnen Williams. They traded him to Dallas. They do have Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson, but I mean, those are not household names. That does not prevent you from drafting another defensive lineman, especially best athlete available, best player available, especially at 2. Titans' new uniforms look like the Oilers' old uniforms. I agree, Miguel. Appreciate you stopping by. Reese was asked by Ohio State to play a blend of multiple positions. I mean, it just showcased his vast tools for all NFL scouts. I mean, this is kind of a surefire bet for them. At 16, I have them going quarterback with Ty Simpson. We know quarterbacks always go earlier, majority of the time, a lot earlier than we expect them to. Going back to Arvell Reese, one other thing I wanted to mention was the fact that he's just so explosive. He has closing speed. He's somewhere between like Micah Parsons and Jalen Walker as far as his projection goes, but you'd be hard to pass on him in the draft. At 16, I have them taking Ty Simpson. Again, they need to get a quarterback. I mean, they don't want to go with Brady Cook, Justin Fields. I mean, do they pay another free agent in the likes of Malik Willis, Kirk Cousins? Who are they going to bring in? It's a potential red flag that Simpson only had 15 career starts in college, especially considering the dips that he had over the second half of 2025. I mean, he's been in Alabama, though. His dad was an FCS coach for 20 years. He has, I would say, a unique ability to read out the field, and he can navigate the pocket at times. So I would be willing to take a chance. New York needs something to go right for them at some point. At 33, they have the first overall pick in the second round. They go Ohio State again with Caden McDonald, defensive tackle. He's very powerful. He's at his best as a run stuffer. I mean, they just need to revamp. They got a lot of holes. So, I mean, it's not really bad for them to choose one area over the other. He resets the line of scrimmage with his initial burst and power, and then he attacks the blocks from a leveraged position. I mean, he's going to be an immediate starter for any NFL team. Pick 44, I have them taking the safety out of LSU, A.J. Halsey. His nickname was Mr. Gibby that because of his ability to create turnovers. We know the New York Jets could not create turnovers to save their life in 2025. They were the worst team ever as far as turnovers goes, and we will get into that in a moment. But I mean, they just need something to create, something to happen on the defensive side of the ball. So they go back to back defense in the draft. Then at 103, they go wide receiver. They do need more help at wide receiver. Right now, when you go back to that depth chart, they currently just have A.D. Mitchell, Garrett Wilson, John Mechie the third. But I mean, Arian Smith, they could still bring in more talent for sure. Brennan Thompson. Could possibly have the fastest 40-yard dash at the combine this year. He led the SEC in receiving yards in 2025. And if he would have had a better quarterback, he probably would have led all of FBS to in receiving yards. Smaller target, but creates big plays any point of the field. As we keep on going down the draft board, I have them taking a running back in Seth McGowan. We don't know what's going to happen with Breece Hall. Then offensive tackle, shore up that offensive line. Cornerback, they still have cornerback pass defense issues. Part of that's due to the defensive line not getting pressure on the opposing quarterback. Then they go wide receiver again out of Miami with their 7th round pick. So going back to their depth chart, when you look at the defense, and I mean, so who are they losing? So the ones that are green in the photo that you see here, over here, are the ones that are free agents. Tate to the Titans. We will get there in my mock draft in just a moment, but I will give a hint that I had him going 4 to the Titans. So subtractions for this team, and like I said, the depth chart showing the free agents here in green. So Elijah Vera Tucker is the main one. They are also potentially losing Breece Hall, who had 1,000 yards, 15th most in the NFL. But when you look at the more advanced numbers, he was 40th out of 48 qualifying running backs as far as EPA per rush. He was 28th in success rate at 40%, while his team, the offensive line, was 14th in run block win rate. So what's the disconnect here? I think they let him walk. At best, he's a tag candidate, but I don't think he's going to be tagged. I mean, running backs are a dime a dozen, and he has been good, not great in New York. Whether that's his fault or a multitude of other factors, who knows? But those are the two main ones that they're losing on this offense. I mean, the defensive side of the ball, they weren't good enough to say, oh, God, we're really losing someone of high talent. When you look at the strengths on this team, this is going to be short and sweet. The offensive line, potentially. I mean, a lot of the media really talked up the offensive line, but they had the 3rd highest quarterback pressure rate at 39.9% last year. I mean, part of that is the quarterback play itself. Could have been better. And outside of that, there's really no strength. As we go higher up this list, we will have more strengths for these teams. But as of right now, there's no strength. There is no strength on this roster. I mean, it's as simple as that. Weaknesses, everything, literally everything. You'll see as the graph will almost shift as we go through the teams. We start off with them being a ton of weaknesses, hardly any strengths, and then it just slowly flips as we go farther and farther up in the rankings. There's no quarterback. We already talked about that. What are they going to do at quarterback? Are they going to take someone at 16, Ty Simpson, someone else? To be determined. But I think at least they take a day 3 quarterback, obviously. I mean, they have a multitude of picks. So what are they going to do? They have to bring in someone. I don't think they're rolling with Brady Cook again in 2026. I mean, when you look at all the advanced analytics, I mean, they were just terrible in every aspect of an offensive roster. Like I told you, they were last in pass yards per game, total touchdowns. They were 30th with 26. That's about 1.4 touchdowns per game. I told you about the quarterback pressure rate being the 3rd highest. Yards per play, I mean, it wasn't like they were an explosive offense. They were 29th in yards per play. Passing offense, I mean, sacks, they were 3rd in sacks, or no, 2nd in sacks allowed, at being 6th. Passing touchdowns, they had to be somewhere near the bottom, I'm sure. Yeah, dead last, 15. So they had less than 1 passing touchdown per game. I mean, average separation, did their receivers get open? That would be they were 19th, so they were middle of the pack, but they didn't have a quarterback to get it to the receivers. When you look at the rushing offense, how many explosive runs did they have? It's probably going to be skewed a little bit due to Justin Fields. They were 14th with 53, actually 12th. Their stuffed run rate, runs that were hit at or behind the line of scrimmage or stopped hit at or behind the line of scrimmage, they were 11th. Rush yards over expected. I mean, you could just sit here and go through all of the stats and nothing is going to be appealing to them. Nothing was great, especially on the offensive side of the ball. When you look at the defense, it's the same exact thing. We talked about it earlier. They gave up way too many big plays. They didn't force any turnovers. I mean, they were just awful. They had 26 sacks, only ahead of the San Francisco 49ers. Their stuff rate, what was their stuff rate? Their stuff rate, they were actually 11th in stuff rate. That was the one highlight of this team potentially. I mean, it was just bad all around. But like I was saying earlier with the turnovers and the New York Jets, they finished the 2025 season with 0 interceptions, becoming the first team to go an entire season without an interception since they began tracking them in 1933. So in almost 100 years, they were the first team to ever do this. Every other team since 1933 recorded at least 2 interceptions in a season. The Jets' 4 total takeaways in 2025 are the fewest by any team since at least 1940. They also became the first team in NFL history to lose 5 straight games by 23-plus points. They are the 4th team in NFL history to lose 5 consecutive games by 20-plus points, joining only the 1965 Steelers, 52 Dallas Texans, and the 44 Cardinals and Steelers. This is historically bad performances all around by the New York Jets. Ton of weaknesses, plenty of room to grow. So when you look at them kind of as an overview, I have my offseason outlook here. We have their cap space. They have $208 million committed, 4th least. They do have a lot of cap space, but how many players are they going to want to, are they going to be able to bring to New York to play with this rebuilding of a team? They have $119 million, the 2nd most in the NFL. They do have $72 million dead cap, and that's split between Aaron Rodgers, Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams. As you see here, what to watch for. We talked about the quarterback situation. We already talked about the offense and bringing in more defensive talent. Some of the key remaining players on this depth chart include Garrett Wilson, some of the O-line. I don't know if that's a key or not. A.D. Mitchell, Will McDonald, and Thomas, the cornerback. Outside of that, there's not much to be happy about. When you look at the schedule for the New York Jets, we are taking this on a very topical look, I should say. 2026, we know their opponents. We just don't know when they play them. So at home, and I will go through, say, win or loss. Bills loss. Dolphins, potential win. Patriots loss. Broncos loss. Raiders, potential win. Packers loss. Vikings a loss. Browns, potential win. They do have an easier schedule right there with those last place teams. Away schedule, Bills loss. Dolphins, let's say they split, lose the season series to the Patriots. Chiefs, Chargers, Bears, Lions, Titans, Cardinals. Say they win 1 of the 2 out of Titans and Cardinals. You're looking at 4 and 13 right there. out of what I just said. 4-13. So not the greatest outlook for the Jets right now. As far as MVP and most improved players on this roster, their best odds in MVP is Garrett Wilson at plus 40,000. If you want to take him, go for it. I would not advise it. Most improved player, I can usually pick someone on these rosters, but it's literally everyone. I mean, there is a lot of people that could be an improved player, most improved. They just need a generalized improvement across the board. And I don't know if it happens with Aaron Glenn. But, I mean, what do they need more, the offense or the defense? The offense to make the games fun? I mean, we saw how miserable it was watching the Texans play with the arguably the best defense and C.J. Stroud just blowing up in every game, imploding. I also do drop-off candidates for these teams, but who was good enough to drop off? Garrett Wilson didn't play. There was no one that was any better to say, hey, they're going to be much worse this year. A.D. Mitchell? I mean, what did he finish the season with? I mean, he did much better once he came, obviously, to the New York Jets. Let's see what his game log is. Let's see. So when did he go there? Let's see. He was with the Jets. Is that the entire season? When did he go to? I don't know. His numbers on the season, 453, 33 receptions and 2 touchdowns, but the majority of that came from week 13 to week 18. He had 9, 15, 18, 21 receptions, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. So it improved greatly towards the end of the season, not so much at the beginning of the season. So maybe he's most improved. Let's see. Settings. Here we go. All right. X factors on this team, I mean, they're just so bad. So, I mean, the X factor is whoever the day one quarterback is. I try to stay away from quarterbacks because quarterbacks could be the X factor for every team. But, I mean, it's truly the truth on this team. Like, it's just they have to be better at quarterback. That's what's going to make this season bearable for Jets fans. So, with the outcomes of this team, best case scenario, I'm going to do best, worst, and what I think will happen. Best case scenario, they get a quarterback who is not bottom 5, someone who can be 23rd best quarterback in the NFL. They hit in the draft with all these draft picks because as of right now, they do have a solid haul of draft picks. They do have 2 first-round picks because they traded Sauce Gardner. They become not a bottom dweller, and they finish the season 6-11. And they look up towards the future. I mean, I don't think you can expect much more than that with this team. I mean, they have too many holes right now. Worst case scenario, Aaron Glenn is fired. He fired all these people, and it didn't even matter because he may be the problem to begin with. They still have no quarterback in 2026. They still have too many holes at the end of 2026. There's no improvement. Like I said, when I ran through the schedule just now, we always have surprise teams, but I had them going 4-13. They have a top 3 pick again in 2027, and they finish the season at 4-13 or worse. Like, I mean, there's a scenario where they're worse than that. They have a daunting away schedule for sure. The realistic thing that I see happens is truly going to depend on who is week 1 quarterback. I hope it's not Brady Cook. Maybe Malik Willis. Are they going to try to rent another quarterback like they did with Justin Fields? Justin Fields is not coming back. Outside of that, I'm not really sure. I don't really see this roster getting more than 5 wins, to be honest. If they go 5-12, that would be promising, I think, because, I mean, they just have so many holes right now. And just have to look better going towards